Hello and welcome, Lynx here, and yes, as I said, we are playing actually 3 games in a row from Eroraen. That's how the gods of gaming decided. Loverendia, supposedly a little demo, so this will probably be a little short, but still, let's check it out. Oh, wait, there's actually a mouse cursor. What the heck? Welcome to the bathroom. When I was finally able to stand up, I went into the bathroom. But that's actually my every morning. I look in the mirror. Actually, not true. First place I go to is the kitchen. I eat before I wash. I look in the mirror and wash my face, trying to avoid focusing too much on my empty eyes. On that corpse on the other side. Hey? If the eyes really were the reflection of the soul, I didn't want to know what kind of monster I had become. Yikes. Because that's how I was. This is what I became. Someone who all I could feel towards myself was hatred and pity. That's a little relatable. I'm so freaking tired and fed up with all of this. I said to myself as I gritted my teeth. I turned off the tap and shook my wet hands to dry them in the air. Before leaving the bathroom, I stood still in front of the door. I looked in at the mess in my room. The bed that hadn't been made for days. I mean, it's relatively made mine. The curtains blocking out the sunlight. Yes, they are. And all the food I had poorly fed myself scattered on the table. There is no food on my table. I would not allow that. In the middle of the silence, I closed the bathroom door and turned around. I was aware that, again, all those intrusive thoughts were coming back into my head and slowly taking over. I didn't want that. I didn't want to do anything that those voices whispered to me louder and louder. They were trying to convince me that if I obeyed them, this pain that was buffing my heart in agony would disappear once and for all. That I could finally have a second of peace. I knew it was all a lie, but a small part of me wondered, what if? What if it really is the only solution? My only escape? What was? But yeah, this is a dark game as far as I'm concerned. Darker than the previous ones. Let's find out. I closed my eyes and dug my nails into my arms. That must hurt. I always did this so that the pain would take my attention away from my thoughts. Okay. Whoa. I was so tired. So tired. Just so fed up. I just wanted the pain. The loneliness to end. I knew that there were so many things wrong with me. I also read that with the passage of time I had completely broken. I was a simple man made up of broken pieces. Aren't we all? Sort of. I want to cry out for help. I want to be saved. But I was simply ignored. Quoting the classic, the only person who can save you is yourself. Sort of. But yes, it's nice to have support. That's for sure. That's right. What's with the cocoon of sorts? What's this about? I want to ignore how I felt. All around me. My problems, everything. That is why, like a snowball which grew bigger and heavier, I was no longer able to bear this burden. And I just got down on my knees, wishing this indifference would end with me. Why did I deserve this? Why should I drown in this endless pain? I just want to die. Are you sure? Suddenly a gush of blood began to pour out of the bathtub drain. Filling it slowly and steadily. I looked at it carefully. However, I was not surprised. Perhaps I had really lost the ability to do so. To feel emotions. To feel. Whoa. Maybe I've just lost my sanity. I stood up and watched as the blood continued to fill the bathtub until it stopped. This was clearly some supernatural stuff happening, given the fact that you literally fill the bathtub with blood, and that blood comes out of the pipes and so on. What? I went over and looked at all that blood. Once again, my own head was telling me to stick my face in there until it flooded my lungs and finished me off. I knew I shouldn't do it, but those kinds of ideas were becoming more and more attractive to me. More and more. In front of my eyes, some bubbles began to emerge from the bottom of the bathtub. What's happening now? I whispered as I continued to question whether all this was real. And... hello? Out of the bubbles emerged a head of a woman looking at me intently. Ooh. Unable to cover myself, I took a few steps backwards out of pure instinct. Who was she? What was going on? These were logical questions, but they didn't matter too much either. Because I no longer cared what happened to me. What do you mean? Finally, and with great force, a completely naked woman emerged from the water, but thanks to the options in the game, it's sort of censored. Her hair was long and a beautiful crimson color. Every fiber of her hair spread through the air like the roots of a tree. Although she kept a low profile, I knew she also possessed piercing, innocent blue eyes. All of this together with a pale, slender figure. When her hair touched her back again, and drops of blood splattered all around her, she looked at me with a smile and got out of the tub. She approached me without saying a word, but her eyes locked on mine. Who are you? I asked her. I know, but she's a beauty. She seemed to be looking at me up and down. Does that matter? She asked. I know, I guess so. Laira. You can call me by that name. She was still dripping blood, as she was still soaking wet in blood, but she didn't seem to mind. I didn't know who she was or what was going on, and that made me doubt my sanity. Even more than I already did. Aren't you afraid of my presence? No, I'm not. Hehe, what about that? She said as she pointed to it. If you know, you know. You're not afraid of what's inside? Yeah, what did you expect she pointed at? Of course she pointed at that cocoon.
You've been ignoring it too, haven't you?
Yes. It. Something I've been ignoring since I started feeling like this. Unlike her, it was uncomfortable to watch. Yeah. To pay attention to it. That's why I decided to pretend it didn't exist. As if it was never there. However, I was aware that it slowly grew to be something difficult to ignore.
Nothing to say? Okay.
She replied in a somewhat disappointed or bored mood.
What were you doing? You don't look fine.
Nothing. I was doing nothing. She asked a good question. What was I doing here? What was going on? Why didn't I want to leave? Who was she? And why was none of this mattering to me in the slightest? I guess it's because I...
Oh, I see.
She interrupted me. I need to see this expression right now.
You want to die, right? I can make that wish come true. But do you really want that?
Did I really want to die? I don't know. Because deep down, what I've always wanted is for this pain to end.
How about while you take that decision, you and I have a chat and keep each other company?
Yeah? She asked me with some curiosity.
Hey, what say? It's not such a bad plan, is it?
Agreed. After accepting the deal, the water, or rather, of a blood in the bathtub began to be swallowed out by the drain.
Then we'll be very close from now on, Arán. Pleased to meet ya.
She reaffirmed with a big smile on her face. I hope we get
on well together.
Yeah? After having witnessed everything and having met Laira, I decided to lie down on the floor and close my eyes again. Just for a second. For some reason I felt more and more tired. No. I wasn't sleepy. I guess. I was just tired of interacting with another person.
Is that the reason you're like that? Because you get tired of talking to someone?
She spoke to me as if she had intruded into my own thoughts.
Are you embarrassed to talk to a woman? I can't believe it. Are you really that pathetic?
She started laughing at the main character of the game. That's not true.
Then why don't you get angry? Why don't you prove me wrong? What are you afraid of, Arán?
Yeah, Arán, what are you afraid of? Not her, surely. What am I afraid of? Fear. Yes, it's true. I was afraid. Many fears.
Yeah, what are you so afraid of that you would lock yourself in here?
I'm not locked in.
Do you really think so? Then why haven't you left yet? All I see is a poor, frightened man with a face as pale as a ghost.
I'm not leaving because I don't want to.
Are you trying to fool yourself by saying that? Or did you think I would believe such an obvious lie? Okay, it's fine. It's not my problem after all.
I mean, she's not wrong about that. It's not her problem. Then again, to be quite honest, I'm kind of curious, how did she get summoned? Clearly it was not that one line that he said, right? Wouldn't summoning require Some kind of incantation, or am I looking too deep into that?
So you're going to tell me you want to die?
I just feel depressed, okay? Sad. Alone. And...
Yeah, the same as always, isn't it? Don't you find it boring to repeat the same thing over and over again? I know you're sad, but you haven't told me why. That doesn't answer anything.
I know. Maybe you're right. I answered crestfallen.
You certainly are boring.
Boring, eh? Yeah, she was right. I was nobody interesting. I had no ambitions, no dreams, and nothing left to make my heart happy. I'm getting tired of all these vague answers, you know.
Hey, I'm getting tired of all these vague answers, you know.
She reproached me as she dug her finger to my cheek accusingly.
If you go on like this, you'll end up being eaten by worms. Or rather, even the worms won't want to come near you.
Laira moved closer and changed her angry expression to a more hesitant one.
At least you're in luck, because if these really are your last moments of life, you're going to spend them with a woman as beautiful as me. Don't you think it's great?
Yeah. I kept silent, not knowing where to fix my gaze. I didn't want our eyes to meet. Why not? It made me feel uncomfortable. What's wrong with you? I don't have a problem with that, actually. Actually, usually it's the other way around. I'm good at keeping eye contact, basically. And as she was naked, which you cannot see, it also made me feel a bit embarrassed to watch her for too long.
Conversation doesn't seem to be your thing, but you certainly have a knack for ignoring what's in front of you.
She reproached me and then continued.
Ignoring both that and I. But I'm insistent. In fact, I like you. I think we can do a lot of things together, Arán.
You don't know who I truly am. You don't know me, I replied as I sat up again. She burst out laughing.
You certainly are strange. There is no one who understands you, is there? You're not even going to ask me why I know your name.
What does that matter? For some reason I was beginning to get fed up with her confident attitude towards me.
That's fine, because I wasn't planning to tell you anyway. I'm disappointed in your lack of interest in me. It's a bit rude, don't you think?
I want to know about her, okay? Alright, tell me about yourself.
So do you want to know?
Who are you? Why do you know? Let's go, who are you? Let's go with that.
A Spanish way for apathy, I won't answer that. If you want to achieve something, you have to strive to achieve it first. Anyway, where should we start?
Start what?
To find out what's going on in that little head of yours. You clearly need help.
Help? I didn't ask you to help me.
So you just want to die? If that's what you want, I can strangle you with my bare hands.
Laira approached me with a mischievous grin as she waved her fingers as if preparing to carry out her threat. Unconsciously, I took a few steps backwards, which proves that you don't want to die.
You see? You don't want to die. You're afraid. Not only that, but you're more chicken than human.
Wow. It's not funny.
But that's what you wanted, isn't it?
She said in a condescending tone while putting her index finger on her lip.
In that case, I propose the same as before.
Laira stepped away and wandered gracefully around the bathroom. Wow. Her hair is long. I like that. She waved her slender arms like a child playing carefree games. I couldn't understand her. At times she seemed to be full of innocence. A bit. And at times she showed a coldness devoid of empathy. Was she really willing to kill me if I asked her to? Why would she want to do something like that? I don't think she would have anything to gain from it, right? And what would you gain by getting blood on your hands? Keep quiet. Let's go with question.
Gain?
She asked, pausing to think about her answer.
I don't know. Maybe I could make you join me, or maybe I could feed on your dead remains. Or it could even be a simple act of kindness to someone who is suffering. Which answer would you satisfy your curiosity, Arán? Which would you find satisfying?
Does that mean you are not human? Wow, man, where did you get that idea from, I wonder?
If you're asking that question at this point, it means either my disguise is pretty good or you're just plain stupid.
It's definitely the second option for Arán. Then tell me, what are you? What you are? Are you some kind of ghost? A hallucination of my mind?
I can be whatever you want me to be, but to tell me, would that change anything? If my identity will be the only thing you're interested in, then maybe it's all better keep it a secret for now, no? Well...
She sighed as she stopped, turned, and came over to sit on the edge of the tub.
Let's talk about something. I want to know your opinion about many things. You're the only person I can talk to, after all.
She threw her hair back with both hands and stretched out her legs in a carefree manner. She looked at me and continued talking.
Aren't you afraid of death, Arán? Aren't you sorrowful to stop being alive? To stop feeling?
And what should I do if all I feel is this emptiness and despair, huh? If that's what it means to be alive, I don't want to be alive anymore, that's why.
But if your heart stops beating, you won't have a chance to feel good things either. Isn't that sad?
She interrupted me as she raised her hand as if trying to caress something nostalgic.
Sometimes life. No, sometimes existence itself is a dance where pain and happiness intertwine infinitely.
What if I can't experience anything happy again?
If you disappear, you won't be able to find that answer. Look at me. Do you think I'm happy right now? Do you think everyone else is? There's not such thing as eternal happiness, Arán.
Sadly enough.
Only those who are afraid of being hurt again, of leaving again, lock themselves in a bathroom, terrified like you.
Oh, wait, he locked himself completely in a bathroom, not in just an apartment. Okay. I guess that would explain why we never changed the area we are in. Huh. Believe me, I already tried everything in my hand to change that. Did you fall?
And you have been hurt, right? Now tell me, what good has that pain done you if you haven't learned anything? Failures are inevitable, but any mistake can be turned into a lesson.
Laira reached up slightly to give me a pinch.
You could have become a big wolf, but instead you ended up as an abused dog afraid of the sun and any gesture of affection.
I'm sorry? I apologized to her, even though I had no reason to do so. However, they were the first words out of my mouth.
Why are you apologizing to me? It's yourself you should be apologizing to. Neither I nor anyone else cares. It is only you who suffers from this.
I know, right. I'm sorry.
Are you going to go into sad mode now? I know a few words don't do anything, so you don't need to fake that false guilt.
She let her body fall back as if she was rummaging through her thoughts, only to bring up another topic of conversation.
You know, I'm afraid we can't stay here forever, so...
She paused to give me a flirty glance.
And to ask you a few things to get to know you better. What do you think?
Guess it's okay.
Good. Tell me then, what do you think of the others? Have they been good to you or bad?
Yes, everyone has been miserable. No one has been mean to me. Okay, the thing is, we don't know about Arán as well, so I guess I can say from my life thing. Yeah, I mean, no one has been mean to me, to be honest. No one has been mean to me. Even though I'm all alone now.
I see. Well, my next question is, what do you think about love?
Laira finally got back on her feet, while she kept watching me with a curious and mischievous gaze. After asking me that question, she entangled her index finger in a lock of her hair. What do I think about love? I think, dude, love is beautiful, let's face it. I mean, I think love is something beautiful and unique, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something more pessimistic.
Why?
You seem to shy away from any kind of affection.
No, I don't. Maybe Arán does, I don't.
Even more so from women. No! Haven't I paid enough attention to you, Arán? No, that doesn't matter to me now. What I would like to know is what you think of me. Do you think I'm attractive? I'm your type? Honestly, you're pretty cute to me. I like you. You may have deathfish eyes and this is a sinister aura, but I like you. You're interesting. I think we could make a couple. What do you think?
Yeah, I think. Well, maybe I like you too. I mean, you're not ugly and that. Let's go!
Are you serious? See, I'm more and more surprised by your answers. That excites me.
Laira approached me and put her slender arms around me. I was quite a bit taller than her, so she stood on her tiptoes to try to match my height. Her eyes were fixed on me in a way that was as innocent as it was devoid of empathy.
It's a pity this place is so boring. But it certainly wouldn't be the same without you. Ah, baby. I know you're tired, aren't you? I'm sorry how insensitive of me.
She hugged me even tighter, slightly lowering her tone of voice to a warmer, gentler one. I'm not. I tried to tell her, but my already low energy was slowly draining away.
Shh. Try to relax, Arán. I'm with you now. There is nothing to be afraid of. Follow my breath and close your eyes. Just let yourself go by my voice.
I just signed a death contract, didn't I? Ah, yes. This feeling again. I felt everything around me fade away like a distant echo. My mind slowly drifted into a painful and unnatural calm. I knew this was not normal. I knew there was something out of the ordinary. Bizarre. But I didn't care anymore. Right now I'm fine. That's what really matters to me.
Don't forget me, Arán.
Oi, you were cute, what the heck. But right now.
If you embrace me, you will never be alone again, Arán. I promise.
The egg is beating. What? What kind of alien is going to get out of this egg?
Have you been able to rest your troubled mind for a while?
She asked me with a curious look. I guess that she didn't leave my side for an inch. It may be... You know, I can never say I'm completely right.
Oh dear, I know that.
She answered and stroked my hair in return.
But don't worry, I'm sure it'll be better soon.
I hope so too. I said as a slight sigh escaped my mouth.
Answer me, Arán. There's something I would like to know.
What's the issue?
I would like to know. Do you think your problems would be solved if you went somewhere else? If you had to start all over again somewhere far, far away from here? Would you be okay with that?
Start again.
Exactly. Move away from this place, from this city, from this world.
She kept talking as she approached me, trying to seduce me.
Tell me, what if you come with me?
To where? I don't know where you've come from. In fact, I don't even know if you exist.
Of course I do, my little Arán.
She laughed mockingly.
You could come with me, away from all these people who deep down are just wolves in a sheep's clothing.
She's clearly the death itself. She's clearly the death itself.
I know you feel lonely being trapped here and isolated. That's why I can keep you the company and give you the love you've always longed for, Arán.
I don't think everything is simple as you make it out to be. Besides,
you are right. It is not that simple.
She lowered her gaze and walked away.
Every life has a price, doesn't it?
And what do you want? What is that price?
I will accept everything from you. Your fears, your pain, your sins, your joys. But you will have to accept me.
I mean, I would if not for that image right now.
Along with all that, your eyes do not see, your ears do not hear, and your heart does not sense.
Laira's face had changed to one that was much more, you know. Also, the deck seemed to shake. The blood began to gush out of the drains. Loud and fast, flooding everything. Including my own mind and thoughts.
What will you do, Arán? Will you accept me and all that I represent? Will you leave everything behind and be reborn with me?
That's a good question. I think I'll pass, to be honest. Everything seemed to be changing around me. Perhaps I no longer knew what was real and what was my imagination. In any case, Laira seemed to really intend to help me and to get me not only out of here, but also to save me from myself. Although her appearance was obviously...
Tell me, Arán, how do I look in your eyes? Do I disgust you?
She asked me again, with a nervous flick of her new tongue. Her body was still intact for the moment. However, her face left behind the confident smile she had been wearing to give way to a sort of an open jaw. Around and inside surrounding her was now non-existent lips. She had a kind of small legs that kept moving like the fingers of a hand. In addition to the obvious, a tongue that seemed to be able to extend at will and kept spurting out saliva. To have such a being in front of anyone else would undoubtedly provoke absolute fear. But I didn't care anymore. I didn't care about anything. What? Nah. You don't disgust me. What? She does it. I mean, from the neck below, I understand. From the neck upwards. And in the end, actually, from the neck upwards, I'm gonna say, physique-wise or appearance-wise, the most important part. To be fair, for the whole body is important, but you know. Anyway,
even when I look like this, do you still like me? Yeah. Then come and join me, Arán.
Wait, was that a trick? I would lose. Oh boy. Good job, Arán. Laira returned to her more seductive form and lay down on the floor. Well, with a hypnotic gesture of her hand, she called me.
If you lie with me, you'll forget all the bad things you have experienced up to this point. If you join me, we'll be together forever. I'll devour your fears and your pain. I will not let you down. I'll never betray you. Because you'll become my most precious gift. So, don't you be the one to disappoint me now.
Without a word, I walked over and stood over her body. She wrapped her legs around me and hugged me, pressing my head against the chest of hers. Her long talk was hissing in my ear, and despite all of that, despite the situation, and despite my own state of mind, I could no longer control myself. I succumbed to her proposition. Also, was this love? That feeling that I felt right now? Was this love? No. So, was this complete madness? When we had both finished and were exhausted in the maelstrom of caresses, kisses and passion, Laira got up. And with another gesture just like the previous one, she invited me to get into the bathtub with her. Her delicate legs sunk in the blood that filled the tub. Then she drew her whole body completely, singing as if there was no end beneath that all blood. A depth that led to the abyss.
Come on, come with me, darling.
She invited me to join her. But what would happen if I finally bathed in this blood? It was too late to turn back, wasn't it? I have nowhere to run away. Anyway. Not away. Nor any other way out. Nor any other solution. And this girl, she really seems to care about me. What am I supposed to do when I can't even trust myself? Like a sailor in the middle of a storm, I was being lured by the song of this siren. I was aware of this, and I accepted that.
Are you ready to accept your destiny?
She asked me with a gentle smile on her face. I am. The atmosphere was so magical and captivating. As beautiful as she was right. It was time to accept my fate. That I had no escape, no salvation. I had to make this selfish decision.
Come, let us unite once more, Arán.
She whispered as she hugged me tightly.
I will always be with you. Now nothing can separate us. It will be the wave of your sins that will sink us in this blood. But I will lead you to salvation, to our everlasting love.
Laira took my hand and kissed me. Whoa. I did not expect that sound. Without separating our lips, we both dipped our heads under the blood. In my own blood. As my oxygen depleted, desperation took over my nerves. But she provided me with a breath of air. I felt like I was dying and coming back to life again and again. As she said, we're both sinking. Until the light left us. Until we left it all behind. Until now. There was only her and me. And free siren call. Huh. Wait, there were multiple endings in this again. Wait, was there more? Wait, no, okay. Phew. For a second I thought there was more. I totally just like jumped straight to the browser to open Loverendia's on itch.io, which you can find of course in the description, the link to the game Wait a second. I wonder if I can link it actually. Or if YouTube will be having a problem with that. I wonder. I'll have to do a research. However, I mean the game is on itch.io. Loverendia, Eroraen once again strikes with, well, let's say it, a gorgeous looking game with a gorgeous girl, with a gorgeous deadly girl. I mean, at the very end it kind of makes sense. Her being a siren and so on, yeah, I kind of get all of that. For I was saying that Laira is like sort of a death herself here, right? I mean, she was definitely tempting to that. Overall interesting game, not gonna lie. We'll keep it at one ending. I think over here it kind of made sense. I think so. If you want to see the other endings, of course, head to itch.io and play the game yourself. Overall, there are 3 endings, by the way, from what I see right now. So the other 2, go and claim them all. Go and claim them all. Also, that way you can sort of play the uncensored version, because I played the censored one. So I might actually censor it a little bit more. Now that I think about it, when it comes to censorship and so on, right? There is, I mean, there is easy way to do that. Give the character a swimsuit. But one that's actually like covering and not like absolutely lewd one or anything. By the way, speaking of which, lewd swimsuits are meh. Not gonna lie. Anyway, let's cut it for today. I actually feel terrible overall today, so yeah. I was supposed to be recording something else, actually another Eroraen game, which will be uploaded before Loverendia. But yeah, I just didn't feel like it. The other game is lengthier, a little bit, I believe. I know it is lengthier. I do remember that. Wait, it was like, I think it was a few hours long. Yeah, I think it was a few hours long. Yeah, it's okay. The other one is with good and bad endings as well, so yeah, I think tomorrow we'll get to that other game, which will be, for the time being at least, our last encounter with Eroraen games, because we actually played all of them by now. So what you're watching right now is the last one for the time being, even though I still have to play the other one, but that other one will be uploaded before Loverendia. Boom. What's a weird approach, I know, but we'll do it like that. Anyway, with all of that being said, I did enjoy, this game, obviously. Obviously, it did cover a very heavy topic over here, which, I'm not going to dive into too much, obviously, on my own accord, because, how do I properly say it? I'm not someone qualified to give my opinions on the topic and so on, I would say. But I do like games like this, and maybe seeing, even if, not a true perspective, but, still seeing a little bit of perspective on stuff. Yeah. Alright, with that being said, hope you all have a wonderful day. Still consider liking the video, subscribing. That's always super appreciated by me. And go support Eroraen on itch.io as well. With that being said, hope you have a wonderful day. Hope to see you tomorrow in the next game. We might be going back to Steam for a moment. Yeah, we'll see. Bye bye.